Good evening. Good evening, Brooklyn kickball players. All of yesterday's games are now finished. Unfortunately, we had a lot of schedule changes yesterday, and it was very confusing, and we try to get the scores the best way we can. So, what happened, that many teams who were scheduled to play either left or did not play today. And we had a lot of big games coming up today, and we want to discuss that with you right now. A lot of teams who were supposed to be playing today's game, or most of them, did not. And it confused a lot of other teams that were supposed to be scheduled to play today. Those teams that did play today, I congratulate them, and you all did a fine job. But there's some things I got to discuss, and we'll discuss them right now. Game 1 in the main field, we started at 3 o'clock today. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, get this. The Mathletes, who has beaten the Bill team by an amazing shutout of 8-0. That's a shutout. That's a serious shutout. Continue on with the Red Monster, and we have a very close game to tell you about, and I'll tell you why. Because the Darwin's Vengeance, who was beating the Wine Party by a very close game of 5-4, and I must tell you that game was so close, ladies and gentlemen. I can't tell you how. On to the outhouse. We have another close game to tell you about, and this is a very good one because Sit on My Base has beaten the Friends of Clyde by the final score of 3-2. Very close game we have today. We have a very close game on that one. Game number 2 in the main field. The Miriam team, who came so close to winning today, but as they say, close is not good enough in this case. So the Perverts had beaten the Miriam team by the final score of 9-8 in a very close game this afternoon. Well, what can I tell you? In the Red Monster, and we have a big game to discuss about because the Bill team, after losing game 1 to the Mathletes, who had beat the Darwin's Vengeance by the score of 8-2, and I must point out that the Bill team is 1-1 this afternoon. 1 win and 1 loss. Congratulations to the Bill team. On to the outhouse. Ladies and gentlemen, they say that miracles cannot be done, but it has. And our team has came back to win it, and we won it big. And here's how. The Sissy team has started off with 2. And then the Chucks had tied the game on 2. And after that, we went off from there to win it. And we won it very big. The final score for our team, the Chucks 11, Sissy Spacek 2. And I must tell you this. We're coming back. And we're going to come back any way we can to beat these teams. And like I said, you have to meet us very, very soon. On to the main field. Game number 3. Wow. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. The Mathletes, who has beat the Sit on My Base by a mercy win today of 10-0. And I must point out that Sit on My Base are 1-1 today. 1 win and 1 mercy lost today. So, with that being said, congratulations to sit on my base. On to the Red Monster. And we have another close game to tell you about. And here's why. Because the Wine Party was beaten the Deflated Balls by the final score of 4-2. And I must point out that the Wine Party, who has won 1 and lost 1 today. So congratulations to the Wine Party, who has won 1 and lost 1 today. On to the outhouse. Ladies and gentlemen, it has happened again, and I will tell you this. The Friends of Clyde, who was started off at 2, and then we took over from there, and I must tell you that our team has done it again, and here's why. Because the Chalks, who have beaten the Friends of Clyde, formerly known as Kickalonian, by the final score of 8-2, and I must point out that the Friends of Clyde, formerly known as Kickalonian, has lost both games this afternoon, and I must point out that our team has won both games this afternoon. And I will tell you once more, the Chalks are coming back, and we are coming back to take what's ours. On to the main field again. Game number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, I must tell you that this was not close at all. Because the Creeps, who have beaten the Nervous Perverts by the final score of 3-0. And I could tell you that this game was really, really something this afternoon, folks. Really, really something. On to the Red Monster. Wow. We have another one to tell you about. And here's why. Because Intelligent Design was beating Too Many Kicks by the final score of 6-1, and it wasn't even close to it, ladies and gentlemen. Not even close. On to the outhouse. The Sissy Spacek at a very crucial day on this day, because the Miriam team has beaten the Sissy Spacek by the final score of 5-2, and I must point out to the record that Sissy Spacek has lost both games this afternoon, and the Miriam team is 1-1 today. Congratulations to the Miriam team for 1 win and 1 loss. Sounds familiar? On to the main field. Game number 5. Very close game to tell you about, because the Hot Dogs, who was beating the Creeps by the final score of 5-4. And wow, I would think it'll be a better team for the Creeps. But I don't know, folks. And we'll be back after this.